G Money, Andrew, Danko. Yeah, super boring day. I mean, every day can't be fireworks like we're used to. Last Thursday, Friday, absolute month makers. Anyone that played puts with us, played almost any kind of play with us, just absolutely crushed it. Monday wasn't too exciting. Obviously, intraday here, SPY, where we opened is basically where we close. That's called a doji. So the daily candlestick should reflect that. Let's delete all this stuff. So here you have it. We're almost at the March lows again, which people said that we would never test these again. I've heard that a lot in the stock market. I heard Tom Lee say it. I heard Jim Cramer say bear market's over. I said a lot of people I've heard say SPY will never go back to the March lows. Lows are in for the year. Lows are in for the decade. These are generational lows. Blah, 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 blah. And just after 4 days of dump, we are right back to the lows of March. So we have some key supports here. The first support would be the low of March, which would be 415.12. Then we have another low here that's like 415.79. I'm going to call this a double bottom, 415.12. 415.12, 415.50, that's a double bottom there. And then obviously we have the Russia invasion lows on February 24th, which was 410.64. So these are must hold levels now for the bulls. If they do want to conduct any kind of rally, now would be the time, just because we're double bottoming. And we did actually end the day green on SPY. It's a very tight daily doji, which usually signals a reversal. So let's see tomorrow if we get some kind of bounce. As you guys see here on the daily, SPY is getting very down there. Stochastics are very buried. RSI is almost oversold. What's up, Bucky? How you doing, brother? And so let's check the 4 hours. So 4 hour charts are very important, as I told you guys so many times. Why? Because you guys can literally see. I'll show you with my mouse if you guys can see my mouse. You see this 4 hour oversold on SPY right here, right about here, which was the RSI was at 28, which is under 30. Anything under 30 we're considering oversold. We got one more 4 hour candle after market, and then we bounced hard, right? Back here, RSI buried. It's at 23 back here. Look at the big green bar that followed. So it's very, very obvious that 4 hour bounces are a thing. We've seen it over and over again. See over here, RSI almost got buried, almost oversold around 30, and we got a nice 8 hour bounce after market. So this is what's happening every single time the RSI gets buried under 30 on the 4 hour. We usually get a big fat bounce. You guys see back here as well on February 24th, those Russia invasion lows. Look at the candles we got after that. Up $7 in 4 hours, and then up another $9.62 in another 4 hours. So this was a massive RSI bounce, right? So basically what I'm saying is this slow controlled selling that they're doing is not good for us bears. It's not good for the bulls. It's not good for the bears. Why do I say that? Because when you dump fast, you rally just as fast. So that creates volatility. That's what we want as traders, especially as options traders. You need volatility. These slow little tiny dumps, they're not going to help your puts. VIX is at 30. Those puts are going to deteriorate. Like, they're not going to work that much. So what we do want, we want some panic selling. We want to flush. We want the RSI to go oversold, and then we want to see that bounce. And when we catch that bounce, the calls are going to pay double as much. So that's what I want right now, is an all-out flush, a capitulation. That's what we're waiting for. When that day comes, you're going to make your whole month that day. I'm telling you right now. But right now, it is not there. It's very controlled, slow selling, very boring. We caught like the whole move since last week. I know almost all of MSL banked in on a bunch of puts. As I said, when the VIX is up above 30, which it is, it's at 31 right now, 31.50. This is a hard place to start new put positions. And if you do start new put positions, make sure your sizes are smaller. I got caught with this back in March. I will not get caught with it again. So back in March, we were killing puts this whole move up, and I decided, like, the market's done. Like, it's dead. I got excited. I kept doing the same size on puts. I got destroyed on a couple of positions. Gave back about half my gains from what I made, but I mean, I was still green. And now I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm going to hold all these gains that I made during this run up. And now that we're at 30, now it's caution mode. I'm not saying buy calls. I'm not saying buy puts. I'm saying if just small, just make your position size a little smaller than you have for the last 4 or 5 days. Other than that, let's see what happens tomorrow. This is a beautiful reversal candle actually on SPY. So if we do get a bounce tomorrow morning, do not be surprised. I don't think Facebook earnings will help it unless we like completely rip. I wonder if they're out. Yep, Facebook complete ripper. Beautiful. Every single person on Twitter was bearish on Facebook, which makes me lean the other way. And as you guys see here, so far Facebook are up around 7% or $12. Let's see if it holds till tomorrow. But there was way too many people bearish on Facebook. The options pricing was pricing in way too big a move for me to enter any kind of lotto, so I left that one alone. QQQ, nice little move here, up about $2 after hours. Let's see, again, it's all about Facebook, if they hold it into tomorrow or not. Other than that, QQQ, same thing. Looks like a doji on the daily. Closed it right where they opened it. This one's a little more bearish than SPY. Why? Because it closed below yesterday's low, whereas SPY closed above yesterday's low and green. So that means financials were stronger than tech today, I can tell you without even looking, and QQQ a little bit weaker. Financials right here, let's see. Another doji that closed below yesterday's low. So not that much stronger, but they did close it green. And let's see what happens with financials as well tomorrow. This is a clear doji. Dojis are candlesticks that are indecisive. So they don't know if they're going to push it down further lower, or they don't know if they're going to push it down higher. Usually it's a reversal candlestick. Why? Because look at all this selling, right? So now sellers are done. Does that mean buyers step back in and we bounce it to the 8-day moving average? Very possible. 8-day moving average is at 36.32. If we do start getting a bounce tomorrow, I would look for this level to start scaling out, 36.32. I still have some of those WFC call lottos. This is the reason. I mean, I am expecting a bounce. I don't think we'll go straight down in the hole. But let's see what happens tomorrow. Everything depends on tomorrow. Right now, with the Facebook reaction good so far, let's see if it holds into tomorrow. IWM is an absolute train wreck, guys. Daily bear flag broke and just straight down. IWM is the weakest out of all of them. We've already lost the February 24th lows. We've already lost the January 28th lows. And now the thing that's left on IWM, if you guys scroll out to a long-term chart, I'm talking old people chart, there's a huge gap to fill on IWM way back here. Oh, you're not going to see it on a monthly chart. Hold on. Huge gap to fill on IWM way back here from November of 2020. The gap is all the way down at 165.71. So that's a huge move down. That implies another 22 points down on IWM. And it is the weakest, so keep an eye on these. If you do want puts, I think this one's going to be the easiest. VIX, again, it's over 30. Since COVID started, whenever the VIX gets over 30, that's when you start going long, slowly. And whenever the VIX gets under 20 or near 20, that's when you start shorting. That's just the cycle it is. Near 20, short. Over 30, start getting rid of your shorts and going long. In equity, not in short-term options positions, obviously. SPX, very clear levels I gave you this morning. Most of them stood out. I mean, they diced through some of the supports right here, like 42.60 straight through, 42.40 straight through. We tried to retest it, but the VWAP rejected us right here. Bear flag, breakdown, just slicing through supports. We held 41.75 on the first test. Nice big bounce here. And then the second test, we did go through it, but the next candle right through it. So I would count that as a 41.75 hold. What's up, other Andrew? How you doing? And I would count that as a hold just because one candle closed below, next candle, big hammer right through it again. So we got right back through 41.95, 4,200 broke. We came up and tested that 42.40. I sent it in the morning. Very key level, very key resistance now is 42.40. It's a pivot point. I would not get bullish until we close above 42.40. Anything below is bearish for me. So clear rejection at 42.40, one candle, two candle, and down. And then we kind of tried to get back up there, couldn't, and rolled over again into the end of the day. But we did hold that 41.75, so that's one positive note, I guess. Other than that, Bitcoin's still under the bear flag. I mean, there's not too much to be bullish about in this market right now. The only thing I am looking at is a temporary bounce so we can get better put entries. And I think Bitcoin will be the key of that. Why do I say that? When Bitcoin bounces up, you guys see this very clean bear flag line right here. We tried to take it out here on April 18th. The second half of the day recovered it. And then we finally sliced through on April 22nd. And we back tested it and went right back down. So right now, what I'm looking for on Bitcoin is we're going to get back up here to 40,125-ish, 40,200-ish. If we close above this trend line, that could be a bullish signal to be risk back on. That means a bounce is coming. If we fail this back test and come back down, that means the stock market's going to keep going down for a while. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. UAL, we did have puts. So the 40s we sold for, I think I sold a bunch for 50% yesterday. I had some profits. I put all the profits into 40s for May 13th, so 2 weeks out. Today I scaled half of the 40s for 2 weeks out. I took a 20% loss or 19% loss, something like that. I'm just managing my account. Like I told you guys, I am expecting a bounce. I don't want to be heavily short in anything. I have a lot of profits to protect, and I'm just watching for now. There's nothing wrong with the chart technically. There is still, let's see actually. The 1 hour bear cross is still there. So this red line crossed underneath the yellow line. And right now we did cross back over the yellow line, which I don't like, but the red line has not crossed back over the yellow line, meaning a bull cross has not reoccurred. So if we dump tomorrow on UAL, this is probably a perfect entry position, to be honest, if we dump tomorrow on UAL. So let's see if we get a pullback on this UAL. Tesla here. Let's go into Tesla. This was the trade of the day, right in the morning off Sachs levels, basically. So basically we had two channels. This is a bull zone. This is a bear zone. This is a pivot. So 917 was the pivot. I seen Tesla ripping in the morning, but you also seen SPY. So this is Tesla. Let's go. This is SPY 5 minute, and we'll go to a Tesla 5 minute as well to make it even. And this is what happened. So Tesla just big rip out of the gate for 20 minutes, right? SPY, big rip out of the gate for 25 minutes. So we had 25-minute rip on SPY, but Tesla stopped at 20 minutes. That was very interesting to me because Tesla is such a big weighting in all the indexes. So what happened was we hit the 917 dead stop. I called it all out on voice chat. I said 917 is a very hard level. It's a pivot point. If we don't get over it today, it's an easy short. What happened? I took the puts. Bookie took the puts. I think Hamza, Dave, G Money, a lot of people took the puts. Congratulations. We caught the absolute top on this Tesla. We wrote it down. I scaled right here. Why? Because this zone that we broke now becomes support. Looking back in hindsight, obviously it would have been smarter just to hold on to them, but I have to play. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? So I scaled some here, scaled a third here. When we got to the bottom of the zone, I scaled another third. And then when we got down here, Bucky took off his. He must have seen something that I didn't see, so I took off mine as well. $10 to $14.65. Perfect trade for me. Perfect day maker already. I'm already playing with profits all day. I'm happy. And as you guys see here, they just burned the premium on the puts for the next 3 hours. And then they finally took it out at the end of the day. And my puts were still cheaper than what I sold them for this morning. So that's why we get in and get out quick on these scalps. Other than that, let's see where Tesla goes. It does look really bad. I'm not going to lie. We have taken out the 200-day moving average, which was at 901 or 902 basically. We're underneath the 200-day moving average on Tesla for the first time since March 17th, guys. So it's been over a month, and the first time we're going under the 200-day. And I think Tesla has a lot more room down, to be honest. Breaking all kinds of supports. And if we lose yesterday's low of 875 on Tesla, it's a free fall all the way down to 756, guys. So 756, if we lose yesterday's low on Tesla, is most likely coming. Facebook, good earnings reaction. I knew it already. I seen so many people loading Facebook puts, man. All these newbies on Twitter, all these guys. And it was very obvious it's going to go the other way. Look at Facebook, 13% here. Almost up there. Oh, geez, it's flying. So let's see if it can hold these gains overnight. It might even go over $200 by tomorrow. And let's see what it does for tomorrow. That'll definitely pump up the market for a bounce. PayPal, not so bad either. I'm saying not so bad because it's flat. Usually PayPal dumps like 15% on earnings. Oh, spoke too early. The CEO must be talking. He's a dumbass, but let's see what happens. Let's see where it opens tomorrow morning. It is definitely helping the indices overnight, in my opinion. And we'll see if we can get that gap up and go tomorrow to cool off some more RSIs so we get some plays for tomorrow. Here's WFC. So why did I enter? I seen that the market was, I had the vision all day that the market was going to rip. So why did I say that? Because right in the morning, they took us down, like I said, on SPX. They took us to 41.75 and they failed to break it right in the morning at 10:30. So I thought the low of the day is in. So usually when the low of the day is in, the market will move up, right? I did not want to play tech just because Google weakness. I did not want to play tech. Amazon was weak. Tesla was weak. So I went to the banks. I looked at JPM. I looked at Morgan Stanley. And then I looked at WFC. It was the strongest one by far. If you guys look at the 5-minute chart this morning, this is what I seen. So I seen a big up, big down, and I grabbed the calls right about here when it reclaimed VWAP. It ripped to high of day. They were up about 15% at one point. I didn't take them off. I thought we were going to get that bounce that I was waiting for, the short covering bounce. And as you guys seen, the market kind of rolled over into the end of the day here. Tomorrow, if we do get that bounce day, these lottos will still go crazy. I mean, they were 26 cents. If we get a move, a dollar or 50-cent move on these, they'll be 50% easy. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm not heavy in them anyways. I have Tesla profits to play with, and we'll see where it goes. But other than that, my target on these would be easy fibs, 45.77 and then 47.59. Very easy move on WFC, but I'm not liking how the daily candle closed. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Home Depot, I'm still in those puts for May 20th. It's just kind of chopping, guys. As you guys see here from the newsletter, I sent it on the newsletter as well. It's a very clear range on HD. We have this support all the way back from August of 2020. So more than 2-year support here at 300 to around 293. You guys see the resistance before stopped here. Resistance here, stopped here as well. Finally got through, retested it to confirm that it's support, and then went on a rip. Came back down, tested it once, tested it twice, tested it 3 times, 4 times. Now it's the 5th time it's testing support, and if you've been trading a while, you know the more support gets tested, the more likely it is to break, because buyers there start drying up over and over, and they start running out of funds, obviously. But right now it just looks like HG's kind of forming a head and shoulders ready to break down. I'll draw it out for you guys just in case. But we have May 20th, so we have 3 weeks on these puts, first of all. Second of all, it's a very bearish pattern. The longer it takes to break this little wedge pattern here, the longer it stays under this little line, resistance line, the more likely it is to take out this 300 and 293 support. If it takes out this 300 and 293 support, it has a long way to fall, guys. There's no room under here. There's no support. That's why I like this play. We have May 20th, which is 3 weeks. None of these candles offer support. This is a parabolic run. When something parabolic runs like this, there's no support left behind. So if we break under this 293, we can probably come all the way back down here to retest 284. And then under 284, there's this gap all the way to 270. And like it can get real ugly. Let's see what happens with that. Go through T-Doc. Oh my God. Kathy Woods loaded T-Doc in 4 different funds yesterday. I should have known. And now T-Doc is down 29%. Ugh. Oh man, I kind of feel bad for Kathy at the... She's been getting smashed, man. All-time low or what? T-Doc is the same price it was in May of 2018, and some lady has been buying here, 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 every single where, here, everywhere that's higher than the price it is right now. That's where Kathy Woods was buying. So I'm starting to kind of feel bad for her. She's probably going to go to jail like that Bill Hwang guy. She doesn't know what she's doing. And someone should get her an MSL subscription. Other than that, good luck, guys. I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully get some action tomorrow, make some more money.